Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Sold out for weeks due to the difficult and extensive proprietary process behind its creation, the exclusive InfoWars Life Secret 12 formulation is now back in stock in the last limited shipment of 2014. The most bioactive form that has been created with our proprietary process. This ultra-clean vitamin B12 nutraceutical has been carefully crafted and developed over the last 2 years and is based on cellular science of how your body actively absorbs essential nutrients. Secret 12 is taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Vitamin B12 deficiency is linked to scores of serious problems. And Secret 12 is a fusion of 2 organic proprietary forms of vitamin B12, bringing you a true nutraceutical quality vitamin B12. Secret 12. Secret 12 is an excellent Christmas gift and is tailor-made to boost your New Year's resolutions. Supplies of Secret 12 are very limited. Secure yours today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. 2015 is almost here, and with it comes those New Year's resolutions to finally transform your body the way you want it. There's a reason over 88% of New Year's resolutions fail. Make this year different by equipping yourself with Oxy Powder, the next level in cleansing the body naturally. Using super oxygenation, Oxy Powder, available through InfoWarsLife.com, gently cleanses the body while you sleep with easy capsules. InfoWars Nightly News Director Rob Dew has been using Oxy Powder with incredible success.
Took it that first day, then I took it for 6 more days after that. 12 pounds melted off in about a week. I'd say a week, 7 days. And I've been able to keep it off, too. My wife is like, wow, you look really good. And I'm like, I know. I guess it's this Oxy Powder.
2015 can be different. Diet and exercise are important, but a lot of us have already tried that. Oxy Powder flushes it out. Secure your Oxy Powder at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put 2 and 2 together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled I-N-F-I-D-E-L, bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with Super Male or Super Female Vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
We are on the march. The Empire is on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
We're living on the edge. When you look at the planetary engineers, they know what they're doing. They're cold-blooded. And if we're unaware of their tactics, we're helpless. If we're aware of their tactics and can educate others, we can certainly protect ourselves and our families. Even if you were a sociopath, knowing how the world really works can make you very wealthy. The globalists want you dumbed down so that you can be fed on. As Christ said, the people perish for lack of knowledge. And the reason I'm so dedicated and quite frankly fearless in the face of this is I realize there's no future if we don't stand up against this. Going along with it, especially in the final phases of this, ensures your destruction. But also, it means you've chosen to join with the New World Order. We're reading through Saul Alinsky, Hillary Clinton's mentor, and every Democrat I know who's an operative, I mean, they worship this guy. And I remember reading his book like 20 years ago, Rules for Radicals. It's a short little book. And it's so evil how they want to make people poor so they can control them and how they're going to be the ruling class engineers. It's just more eugenics. It's so evil to read what Margaret Sanger wrote about black people and using liberalism to control them and just to know the plan. That's why I dream of defeating these people. And just like they want to dumb people down and motivate them to fight for tyranny, believing it's liberation. I mean, you know, the weathermen and stuff, they were the ones that said, go out and just shoot a pig. And then that just turns the police into a bunch of paranoid paramilitary people who'll then just feed on the general public. It's the way you destabilize a country so they can then take over. That's a standard communist program. That's why it's so essential that everyone out there spread the word about Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com and these local AM and FM affiliates you're hearing us on, and that you tell friends and family about it, and that you thank the station or become a sponsor or support the sponsors and let them know. Because we are growing, but meeting more resistance than ever. So we're walking forward in the storm, but it gets harder and harder. And we either grow or we implode. That's how media works. I need you to support us financially. I need you to support us by spreading the word and your prayers. And to support other media that stands up for the family and the Second Amendment and sovereignty, but that will expose the fact that, yes, the interest rates are rigged worldwide. We told you that 15 years ago. It's declassified last year. We told you the Federal Reserve was private. It's all admitted now. We know what we're talking about. I've read Carol Quigley's book. I've read Brzezinski's books. I've read the nonfiction books of Aldous Huxley. The Doors of Perception and Brave New World Revisited. I mean, I've read Bertrand Russell's books. I know their diabolical plan. We've quoted them here. The Club of Rome documents that Steve was reading a few months ago when he was on, where they said we're going to wage war against humanity. This is so cold-blooded. But to get us to go along with it, they have to first turn us all against each other. And it's so sickening. So today, it's more important than ever. Go to PrisonPlanet.tv. It takes a minute to sign up. Create a username and passcode that's original just to the site. And then share your username with friends and family. 20 people can simultaneously log on. And if your membership gets used and 20 people log on, you ought to thank God. If you try to tune into the nightly news one night at 7 and you can't get on, that means 20 people are using your membership. PrisonPlanet.tv. Go there. Give it as a Christmas gift. Give it to friends and family. Give it as an e-card. 20 people can log on. That's 12 cents a person per month. Go to InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com. We've got a bunch of specials still running on the entire family of InfoWarsLife.com products that really have been life-changing for myself and others, whether it's X2 Nation Iodine or whether it's Oxy powder to flush out your intestines or whether it's high-quality colloidal silver at a low price, Silver Bullet. We've got it all at InfoWarsLife.com, and that's how I finance this operation. And I thank you all for your prayers. And be sure to go over as well and check out all the amazing books and information at stevequayle.com. We'll talk about that more in the next hour. Steve, I'm ranting. I want to go to calls because they're holding with their predictions. I want their ideas to bounce off you. Then you'll be able to get back into a deep breakdown of what's happening because you're on fire today. But start back over with the rules for radicals from the guy that dedicates his life to Lucifer, that just this year, all these Hillary letters got released out of the Clinton library with her in correspondence with him, when Life magazine, when she was in college, was saying, here's a woman who may be first lady, to show how they groom these amoral demons, break down their plan to bring down America.
Well, first of all, you know, the fifth principle you should appreciate more, and I should appreciate more, because of the assault that's been levied against you and the continual interruption of my broadcasts on talk radio, Alex, on shortwave, where I was for 2 decades. No one was ever taken off the air or taken off satellites more than you or I. Now, here's something people have got to understand. For all the shills that attack Alex, for all the shills that attack me, ridicule is the man's most potent weapon. There is no defense. It's irrational. It's infuriating. It also works as a key pressure point to force the enemy into concessions. Would you say, Alex Jones, that you have experienced that at an accelerated pace in the last 3 months?
Yes.
Okay. Now, listen to this. A good tack is one your people enjoy. They'll keep doing it without urging and come back to do more. They're doing their thing, and we'll even suggest better ones. A tactic that drags on too long becomes a drag. Don't become old news. So all we're seeing is the radicals, the rules for radicals. And let me make this clear. From the beginning of, and I am on fire, from the beginning of the entire breakdown, takedown of this nation, and listen, people that want to focus on the Federal Reserve and all the other stuff that you and I covered 15, 20 years ago, get over that stuff. I'm not saying it isn't valid, but I'm saying they're doing it all before your eyes. And so when it comes to supporting InfoWars, I'm telling everybody I know, I'm saying turn it off on the mainstream news. Turn it off. It has nothing. And I'm saying this, you'll watch the mainstream media become mainstream accomplices to murder, because no matter who it is, you saw Time says, well, the real problem in America is all those armed patriots, those constitutionalists. They will never say it is jihad, and you and I have been laying who's behind the jihad. And one of the things that's really important, the people who control ISIS will also be the ones controlling martial law. And the purpose of the horror and all the beheadings and all the gory stuff that's gone on, all the videos on YouTube, is to frighten your opponent and get him to yield, and then they just come in and kill everybody. Well, I got news. They don't know about Texas, and I just posted a photo of my day. Montana's the same way, and it showed 3 Western guys checking their pieces to go out, and I mean, it's at a ghost town or called Nevada City, and they do reenactment, but I said, it's time to check your pieces. There are people that are willing to stand up, but we have to do is expose these murderers, and we have to say it is murder. And I'm telling you this, watch this happen, ladies and gentlemen. Either de Blasio will quit or he's going to be dealt with. I'm not saying that I mean, the thing is, the guy should resign. When you lose your backing by the local police, and for the record, Alex, you probably saw a story, not one cop wants to be head of his security detail. Not one cop. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
And so now what we're seeing is we're seeing divide and conquer. And this is my chief warning. The greatest issue that I have faced in the last 5 years is try and get the vets to understand, the veterans, that they are the enemy. To try and get the average person to understand, look, I've been talking about the red list, the blue list, and the green list for years, okay? And the point is now, I think it's, Judicial Watch has filed suit to get Obama's enemies list. Did you see that?
Absolutely, and I've been told, it's been in major newspapers, that I'm on that list. But we certainly know who's on the list. It's who Media Matters attacks, run by the White House, and they've been caught actually trying to infiltrate and bring down alternative media.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's more important than ever. And Alex, I've said this. This is no flattery. I love InfoWars and I love Prison Planet. This is a prison planet. If they have their ways, I remember talking about population reduction. I one time did a whole show, and I think I quoted, close to 100 of the most famous people, Jacques Cousteau, all of the eugenicists, Margaret Sanger, from the beginning. And ladies and gentlemen, how any thinking person, especially the black Americans, can even embrace the president and his policies. You've just got to understand what Margaret Sanger said about black people. And listen, there are some amazing, and what I find interesting, Alex, the guys who are the most outspoken against the evil, and God bless every one of them, are basically people who are black athletes and black pastors standing their ground for Jesus. I put them up every time they come up. It doesn't matter if it's like Ben Carson, one of the most famous surgeons in the world, an amazing man. It doesn't matter. You talk about all these different people, but the problem is, and I think I heard just the tail end of the previous gentleman or a recording you had on talking about it's got to start at a community level. It has to start at an individual level, and everybody's saying, look, if I don't speak up, I don't want my granddaughter sold into an ISIS sex slave trade. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be disgusted, go on my website, Steve Quayle, QUAYLE.com, and look at the stories. Alex, this is not only reprehensible, it's egregious, but it goes right back to Zelensky. And if his whole premise, and you brought it up, is that they worship Lucifer as God, Hillary worships Lucifer as God, and yet it's kind of, if you will, it's